Hello, welcome. Hey, here we are, here you are. We are thrilled to have you here. Our channel is all about exploring the sharing experience on intercultural communication. What a monster of words, or no? You can expect engaging conversations, fascinating insights, and plenty of fun as we dive into unique ways people from different cultures enjoy themselves. Today's subject is una Española en Nederlander ja Suomipoika. Sacred beginnings. But before that, feel the screen, my friends.
Here we are.
Hello.
Hello.
We are kind of behind schedule. Of course, wizards and magicians always arrive on the right time or something like this. So, how do you think, guys?
Nice. I am sick.
Yeah, me too. Nice. But I'm sick.
You're all sick. Everybody's sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I woke up this morning with a throat, and then I look into my, like the thing that you have used in the middle, and it was red, that and swollen, So it's really, really bad. But okay, I don't have fever at the moment, but I had a lot of pain actually. But it's good.
Yeah, there are a lot of people sick at the moment.
Yeah, it's that season.
First
At
was
the
my
moment,
little one, and then me.
Always first the kids, and then
Yes.
I have 3 sick kids here, so
You have to be nice about everything then.
yeah. I'm still in it all from little bit, nah. Not really, it's
The natural vaccinations.
well, it can happen any time, you never know.
Yeah.
What's to do about it, you can't stop it.
Yeah.
So
It's what it is, especially when they go to the schools and everything, that is everybody is together there, so they catch everything and they take it home.
yeah,
So
they take it home and you are sick, and then
Yeah, this is how it goes. So,
and the best thing is you always get sick when the kids are healthy again. So the kids go on your nerves,
fantastic.
Mm.
So hey, last time was everything and nothing. Not one, not two, but not three, but four. The fourth time, everything and nothing. We passed a lot of things about price of potatoes. Lord knows, universe to be said. I'm not even sure what. So I think
aliens were there also, if I remember.
Something about buying Mercedes Benzes and being aliens and all that kind of stuff. It's as strange as everything and nothing, man. It's all or nothing. Everything, nothing.
It's the big pile of everything and nothing.
Yeah. Exactly. So you should go. You should go check it out. I guess. Basically.
Yeah, check it out, and if you find something interesting, just give us a sign.
Yes, like a smoke sign or a message in a bottle, preferably.
Yeah, what is it? If you're in the middle, of Europe, in the middle of Europe, make a smoke sign so everybody can see. And if you're in the south, just leave a bird fly. They fly to the north, like now in spring. And if you're in the north, probably throw in a bottle with the message. It will float down.
At least if you live in the line in the coastline, yes, then message in a bottle, please.
Just throw in, but it must float. We don't want to bother nature with it.
To rescue the message.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Do you have
Let's coping and
any
also-
important point that you remember from the other day that you would like to put
I don't
up
know.
or
no,
something?
too much.
Too much. I think that I yeah, I was remembering about like the very thing that we were talking about.
Oh
That,
yeah, that.
no pases por aquí, Tuti, que te oye. Yeah, about the very thing that they made the compose and all these things, you know. So I was thinking like about like, well, does it really matter, you know, like what happened? Because then you are dead. So is it really relevant what will happen to us? You know, like I mean, like with the burial procedures and everything like that.
No, well, in the end, it's just material in this, but it just felt. I remember that the composting it's just little bit. I cannot shake it. It's a little bit funny. Like in a way, it's even beautiful, but it's just a little bit. It's just I don't know. You know, you put the body in the compost, it's gonna go. Then the maggots.
Yeah, it's also the idea, you know, like if you die, yeah, what happens with your body, you know?
Yeah, it's
Some
like
people
the
find
thing
it
of-
like this. Some,
yeah,
you know, everybody has a taste.
Mhm.
I mean, it's important thing, but in the end, because I have think about this, like what would I like, no, to happen to me? But then it's like what you know. I come to the conclusion: what does it matter if I am not there anymore? No.
It matters a lot for the people who stay behind.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the most,
Exactly.
that's,
For that, yes, but not for the ones that goes. Yes.
well, maybe it's a nice thought. Like if you're on your deathbed and you have a nice thought, like, oh, my body is being shot to space. You know, it's like I'm flying the rest of eternity into space. You know, who knows? But for the same sake, you shoot your remains into space, and you never come back on Earth again. You know, who knows? With all the many, Spain is
Well.
flown away.
Spain
No,
is sometimes.
I am taking care of business here.
Taking care of it. Yes.
Okay. But okay, well, fair enough. And yeah, we are on TikTok and everything. You can see videos there. Look at the short videos as well.
Yeah.
And that's good. Follow us. Unfortunately, we have some kind of limitation, some glitch that we cannot follow anyone in TikTok. So it's not about that we don't want to. We just cannot. We have reported the problem, all that. Anyway, so but then today to be like enter into the topic, if we have some kind of limitations. Which are only in our heads.
Yes,
But
there is
so,
limit time session. Yes.
Yeah, a limited time
so
session.
beginnings, let's make some mess out of this and see what happens, right? So
Exactly.
we go. Spain.
Yes. So we enter in the subject.
Yes,
Yes.
let's go. I am ready.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we are gonna listen a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Imagine stumbling upon crumbling stone circles, remnants of ancient rituals and beliefs. These weathered stones whisper tales of our ancestors' connection to the sacred. In the days before written history, people sought meaning in the natural world. They worshipped gods and goddesses who embodied the forces of nature. Ancient Celtic priests, known as druids, held deep knowledge of the stars and the cycles of nature. They venerated trees, particularly the oak, as sacred symbols of strength and wisdom. The Germanic tribes honored gods of war and thunder, reflecting their warrior culture. Their mythology, filled with tales of valor and destiny, shaped their worldview. The Roman Empire, with its vast reach, embraced a pantheon of gods and goddesses. Each deity presided over a specific aspect of life, from love and beauty to war and agriculture. Temples dedicated to these deities dotted the landscape, showcasing the grandeur of Roman architecture and their reverence for the divine. The Romans believed that honoring the gods ensured peace and prosperity for their empire.
Okay, so yeah, we can start this, no?
Yeah.
What was before? Yeah, that the Romans expanded
The Christianity.
the Christianity. Yeah.
Should I go
What
first?
happened in Europe before that?
What happened?
Especially in our lands. What was it there?
Can I start?
Yeah.
So
You
basically,
can.
here, what if basically Finnish mythology and its connection to nature is like key point. And Finnish mythology, I was making, like it's not so simple. It's kind of complex, the whole Christianity and the religion stuff in Finland. But Finnish mythology is closely linked to ancient Finnish religion. It's often hard to distinguish between mythical beliefs and religious practices in here. Thousands of year old rock paintings depict myths and mythology. Mythological poems often feature heroes like blacksmith Ilmarinen and Väinämöinen from Kalevala. Nature is always present in these myths. Lakes and trees have been believed to have their own spirits. So it's like with this mythology and religion, it's really intertwined. And the nature is the key. The trees are holy, the bear is holy, the waters, lakes are holy, and all that kind of stuff. And there's all sorts of creatures running around in that sense.
Nature is holy.
Huh?
Nature is holy.
Yeah, and especially bear. It's a strong creature. It's like king of the forest in that sense. And for example, yeah, the trees have spirits. An ancient Finnish religion involved ancestor worship and the worship of multiple gods. So basically, there's polytheist stuff. There's Ukko Ylijumala and Ahti, which is the god of the sea, and basically they like worship the ancestor, like the dead people in that sense. But ancient Finnish religion refers to the beliefs and practices before the Christianity, obviously. So influences are both from east and the west, and it's still like the 12th century, and they say that there's a little bit, because Finland is Finland and we haven't been writing things down so much, and there's a lot of like stuff is lost, basically, best of my understanding. There is not left much things. So we cannot say for certain that there is like things that are said and then they are kind of disputed. And but basically the era of Finnish, like this nature religion, the local, and it was really like local more, like there was no, maybe there was the Ukko Ylijumala, the supreme god that was like shared, but it depended on what you were doing, like for living, and what part of the country you were being. But it basically it lasted until like 12th century, but centuries after there still was like things effects persisted further. And like I said, nature was filled with various spirits and creatures, including water god Ahti, forest god Tapio, and supreme god Ukko, which is Ukko Ylijumala. And this is a name in Finland, so it's basically like
Ukko is the god of the thunder or the storm, or where was this?
Basically, the point this Ukko Ylijumala is more like Odin, best of my understanding. And then I'm not sure, and like this. So basically, and shamans were healers whose souls visited the spirits during the trance, and they were there to heal the sick. So there was shamanism. It's like a lot of different, and it's not like we had one ancient Celtic religion in Finland. No, there was like, I think it was like more like you had some village and they had their own religion more or less, or like some group of people, they believed in a certain way. So basically, the era of Finnish religion, there are several sacred places where religious rituals were performed. Offerings were thrown into special built sacrifice enclosures which were forbidden to enter, for example. Large trees near homes were considered sacred also. Diseases were believed to be caused by the wrath of hostile witches and evil spirits which were driven away with spells. Many of Finland's folk traditions and folklore have been influenced by this period also. So basically, many current also like then holidays, Midsummer's fest like Juhannus, All Saints' Day, Short Thursday have their roots in ancient Finnish religion. So they have taken a lot of things from there. basically.
Mhm.
And then there has been key like well, that's gives some idea, and it's like
I was
really,
checking just now, and it says that in Finnish mythology, the god of thunder is Ukko. So yes, Ukko is also associated with the sky, the weather, and harvest, and he's considered one of the most significant deities in Finnish paganism. The Finnish word
exactly.
for thunder is Ukkonen, so it's actually derived from Ukko's name. Yes, and well, I know people that is called Ukko in Finland. So, yes,
sure.
that's fun. Yeah, it's cool, no?
It's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know how could I like.
And then, well, the Finnish mythology is quite also like big, no?
What?
The Finnish mythology.
Well, it's rich with a lot of different things, and you have like places for the ancient religion. You have places where you have sacrifice of tree place, rocks, and holy places like there was cliffs, hills, and then like a what is this when you have water in the earth? What is this, fountain or something like this? For example, they found lot of like dead bodies, but mostly with women and children. In remember what was the not escapes me the name, but I maybe considered you pass to the next world through this fountain of water or this lähde place, and you were worshiping dead people, dead ancestors were considered still who were like part of the whole they were part of the family still, so they were not really like kept away or shoveled aside and all that. And then the ancient religion is really like it was said, it was not something that was unchanged or like united. It was like the customs and the beliefs were different in different times and different areas. And the cave paint, there's like cliff paintings and the poetry that goes with like the folk poetry, and also like other materials that is gathered from the same like relation of nations like Finland. And in Finland, for example, there was like later on the whole like the ancient, it was in the 1600s it was forbidden, but till there was still at the 1700s there was like a holy, this kind of like a grows that the churchmen and the government official tried to get rid of. And they start to gather information about the stuff on the 1800s when the Christianity already was basically the stuff. So, especially in Karelia, there's many myths that they kind of could go by, and you have the Kalevala that tells you about the creation myths.
Kalevala is the mythology from Finland.
Yeah, mythology of Finland. Yeah. And I guess the mythology, like you said, the mythology and the ancient like religion go really hand in hand. It can be like you cannot really differentiate it even. Like in many other countries, they have taken stuff.
I have a book from it that it was given by one good friend from mine, and then I have a tarot deck also based on this mythology stuff. It's called, what was the name? Do you remember the name of the tarot deck? That is.
Was it Ukpakka actually?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Fair enough.
It's really, really nice, actually. I am gonna search for it. Give me a second. While you
and also, if I can say, I will keep some other stuff because I am not so well structured with this sort of like. But yeah, for example, when you want to make like sense of the world, the north was the underworld where the dead people were, and south was the like the happy place, the bird nest and stuff like this. And Ylisellä was the God's world, and in the middle world, does it sound like the middle world? Does it sound like familiar from somewhere?
Middle
so,
Earth.
Yes, there was like elves were there, and then and also like the spirits of animal and people and in Alisessa was the dead bodies, basically, or dead people, and the death and the ruler of the kingdom of death was the madam, or this kind of like a Pohjolan emäntä, the hostess of Pohjola, basically. Like funny, there was a woman who was running the kingdom of death.
Okay.
The god of heaven possibly was Ilmarin, and then it changed to be that he became like a blacksmith who was a hero. And there's a lot of like spells and in this Kalevala poems and structures. But yeah, it was not. It was. I think it's a little bit like. I remember when we were talking earlier that you had this, that you have a small group of people and there, and how much you can have social contacts and stuff. But I think it was really like a tribe based, but Max best this kind of like, maybe they had common things, but there was no. You couldn't say that there is one Finnish like ancient religion. There was one that has similarities, but nothing that you could combine to be one, based of my understanding.
Yeah, but I do think, if I hear it like that, the similarities are a bit equal through the whole Germanic lands. You know, it's like Scandinavia, Germany, you know, north of Holland and stuff. It's all a bit the same.
Yeah, in that
Like-
sense, yeah. There is like really, there is a lot of same things, but you couldn't say that it's like now, if you think about Lutherans, this is what it is. Yeah, you have clear rules, sort of what it has to be.
Maybe not really like that, but still, everything is a bit the same. Like in Holland, you also had the Druids and everything, like you said, the nature religions, and so I think that's the whole Germanic religion. You know, you can say it like that. There are maybe many gods and many gods' names and everything, but the basic is the same. We cannot hear Spain. No, we don't hear you.
That's it.
Yes.
Fenica Tarot.
We cannot hear you.
And now, yes, no?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Okay. So, and look how cool they are, the cards as well. They are really nice, actually. So they are based in the mythology, like from Finland. And well, for example, you have here, you see?
It's like mythic Fenica Tarot, right?
Yes, it's called Fenica.
Yes.
But let's take, for example, like one relevant card. For if no one knows much about the tarot, but for example, I think this is the Fool. Is it the Fool? Yes, the Fool card. That's funny. It's like an egg. It's the beginning, and you know, like.
Yeah.
But it's like you have there, like the water also, like, you know, like, yeah, it's kind of like, it's super nice. And all is based on the characters from the mythology, actually. And what, yeah. So.
Yeah, but are all tarot cards on the mythology based?
No. This is someone that used like based on this, then it linked the two things, no, together. So that's it. What about Holland then?
Well, I already said a little bit when you was gone.
Okay.
Holland has, yeah. Well, we used to have the Neanderthals many years ago. Yeah, but after that, you had three other people groups who were living there, and one of them also built the Hunnebeds. They still stand there with our big rocks and everything, and they still stand there. But after that, you only had like the Celtic belief and Germanic beliefs. In the south, we're more a little bit Celtic, and in the north are more Germanic, and the Germanic are more like the same, like Finland explained. It's like the nature gods and the druids and stuff like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically the same religion, like also with Wodan and Freya and all those things. So it's a little bit the same religion it was as it was in Finland. So with whole, you know, like
But
animal
Finland,
gods and stuff
but,
like that.
but Finland was not
It's-
linked. But
Yeah,
Finland was not linked.
it's all linked because the north of Holland were Viking based. You know, later
Yes,
on.
but Finland was not Viking.
No, but it's basically the same thing. You know, it's of course they maybe had other gods or whatever. You know,
Okay,
god
so
names.
this is what I mean.
Yeah, but it's basically the same thing. They both were nature religion. They call it like that, and
Mhm.
everything is based on nature. You know, if you see a big lake, then it's the god of the lake. You know, something like that. And then because there were no connections and stuff, you of course you have different names and all of that.
Mhm.
But that are the basic religions before the Christianity came. Is the Celtic religion and the Germanic religion. You know, so that are the basic things in Holland.
Okay.
So yeah. So in the north you had the Friesen and stuff. You know, they were really like Viking based and stuff. You know, and later, yeah, the Romans came and the Romans took over the half of Holland. So then it really changed in the southern parts of Holland, and in the northern part, the Germanic religion stayed a long time.
Mhm.
There were many conflicts and all that. So
Mhm.
By the way,
that's
yeah. So
Yes.
if I may say, the interesting, because I had bad, I should have done better the research. But for example, in Finland, Ukko, like you said, is more like the thunder, but it's like basically the most powerful god in the Finnish mythology, and like they had a hammer like Thor, like you said. But then it's not quite, of course, then it's not quite the same than Odin. So it's like mix between Odin and Thor, actually. For example, the
Mhm.
Ukko Ylijumala in Finland. So that's kind of funny that it's not it's not the same and it's not one or the other, but it's a mix between two gods from the Norse mythology of
Mhm.
basically like Vikings. Just a note.
Okay. Good.
So I think they are like Marx's in sort of there is definitely similarities, but also like there is then differences with this as well.
yeah,
Like
but
I,
the differences are so big. We can talk a lot about it. You know, because they I think they go really. You know, like I said, you know, the names and the little tiny differences are everywhere because there were no connections between the people.
well, I don't
Mhm.
know how much with the trade and all that stuff, but anyway, so
Yeah.
And
Well,
all
now
right.
comes Spain. Spain has everything.
in
Like,
Spain we have a lot of history, like but the stuff is like, of course, like it started like with summoning, and giving like attributions to soul of the soul to the things. So for example, like you were telling, so the earliest inhabitants were practice animistic, and shamanistic religions, this is how it's called, and believing in the spirit that inhabit natural elements like trees and rocks and rivers, and the rituals were performed to honor this spirit and seek, yeah, their favor. So in order to, yes, like please that I don't die, please that whatever. Because
that's
people,
also a bit the same.
yes, yes, they
Nature
were
really.
like and it's like I think that this is like quite because yes, quite interesting that one of the driving forces of the people, in life is the hope, and this hope, it's uh make us like to have these religions, I think, because this is exactly what religions give you. It's hope. And when you have hope, the battles are less, And so it doesn't matter if it's Christianity or the tree or the water, or the spirit of the air or whatever. But the point in all this is like the system of belief that is there that gives you hope, actually. No?
I have a personal opinion about it that hope is just maybe lying to yourself, and I see it more like that's I myself don't believe in any god, and I don't need that also, it's like, no. I think it's more like people need an specialty in life. It's like you see something you don't know, so let's call it a god.
Okay, but the independent how you
change that all, but
yes, but independent how you call it, the stuff is like the people think that there is something bigger than they are. You know what I mean? And then you can call it force of nature, God, or whatever you call, There is like something like bigger than you because you don't control all everything, no? And then of course, like it's a system, intrinsic system of survival, I think, mechanism. So, are you okay, Suomipoika?
Yeah, I'm just
wow.
So I was like, is he dying?
Is near him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit stuck with the flu, so I am like that's a little bit.
Yeah. But the stuff, of course, like there is like people agnostic, atheist, and everything, but everybody has some level of hope, And I think that sense or that feeling is what originates religions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, partly. I think there are more, but one of them can be that. Yes.
So yeah, then after that we have for example, the burial practices. Evidence from evidence from archaeological sites that shows that dead were often buried with grave goods, that they were putting like the goods of the people, like with them, indicating. And they were indicating those that there was they believed that there was life after death, obviously, because they were like going yes. So there. Espera un momento. So then there came the Phoenicians and the Greeks after this, no? And then, that was around the 1100 before Christ. And the Phoenicians, who were great traders and sailors, established colonies along the southern coast of the Iberian Peninsula. And they introduced the worship of their gods, such Melkar, the god of the city of Tyre. And then the Greek settlements were like the later Greek colonists founded the cities like Emporion, that it was Ampurias, no, there. And they bought their pantheon, including gods like Hercules, whose myths, and so we have a lot of connection actually with the Greeks for this, whose myths. So the mythology that we have, it's from the Greece actually that we share. Okay. Who we have to. Actually, when I was studying, I had to. It was obliged to study in the school, So in the high school, we have to study philosophy, and we have to study Latin, and also we have to study, mythology, in the school. I don't know if you guys have to study mythology in the school.
If you are on a Christian school, then you get, of course, like a Christian teachings, like lessons in Christian, in Bible, and all that stuff, But if you're not on a Christian school, you
Okay,
don't
and
get.
what about you?
Huh? Me? You are brave. Yes. What? Who? When?
Go on a bike.
So were you in a normal school or a Christian school, dude? Dutch.
I was in a basic school. I was on a Christian school. I had to
Yes.
sing. I had to sing each Monday. I had to sing psalms and stuff like that, and from some Bible book and everything like that. So I was on a Christian school,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that
Okay.
was not my thing. At
Mhm.
least said.
Fair enough.
So then after this, yes, they were the Celts and the Celtiberians. I came all the way to North Europe to tell you, right? And wait a second, because I have to see here. I'm gonna show you a Celtiberian in the pure state.
And exactly, would be. Listen to the voice, bro.
This was Celtiberian. In order,
I came all the way.
I walked all the way from Iberia to Northern Europe just to tell you, subscribe! Joder, you only have to press a button.
exactly.
Exactly. So yeah, hey guys, subscribe. Do what the Iberian lady from who walked all the way to Northern Europe said with the sword and everything. Subscribe, so the gods will have it easy on you if you subscribe. I'm sure. Like
So
and share also. Hit the bell.
Basically, they were like the same tribes like you were, I think. So it was like they practiced polytheism, so it's like believing in different gods, and they worship deities like Teutates, the god of the tribe, and Jesus, associated with the agriculture. And then we have like also druidic traditions, like druids who were priests, judges, and scholars played a central role in the religious and social life. And secret groups and natural sites were significant places of worship. So that was the stuff, more or less. And then of course, came the cherry on the top of the cake that you can imagine who is. Who is it? The cherry on the top of the cake.
Roman.
The Romans, yes. The Romans
are
came.
everywhere. They also
Then the
always
Romans-
destroy the game.
Then came the
but
Romans.
Can you see we are like somehow like this? Always, might go a little bit loud. We have like angle. Our heads are like.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Roman came and conquered. Came to the Iberian Peninsula. Yes.
They wanted the rabbit to us.
And they were in that
wanted
time
the
they were worshipping gods like Jupiter and Juno and Minerva. So it was not also, they were not Christians, like they have other gods as well. But then, well, it became widespread. And the Romans also introduced the imperial cult, venerating the emperor as a deity, Caesar, So
Don't know Caesar.
Then syncretists, the Roman often absorbed local deities into their pantheons, leading to a blending of religious practices. That's really cool stuff. They were mixing. So what they had, and then what they found, just in case, I guess they were smart.
Yeah, of course. They were a big empire, so they must be.
Yes. And then we arrived to...
The Persians did that. The Persians did that also. The Persians were also a big empire, and they also conquered many other cultures and religions and stuff. And they they didn't ban the religions. They supported every religion was in their empire.
Well, you will see also, like, for example, later, but when we go to the next section, also we had here, in Spain, we had like the Islam, the Muslims that came and so on, and the stuff is like they were respecting other beliefs. They didn't impose it.
So it's like if you look to the past, to the pre-Christian time, everybody was accepting everybody.
No, but this what I am telling you is after Christians, because then came Christianity and then came the Muslims. You see, and then there was like what? But we will go through it. But now we continue with our video. If you think yes,
hit it.
A new faith takes root.
As the Roman Empire reached its zenith, a new faith emerged from the distant province of Judea. Christianity, with its message of love, forgiveness, and salvation, spread rapidly through the empire. Early Christians faced persecution for their beliefs, often forced to worship in secret. They used symbols like the fish and the cross to identify themselves to one another. Despite persecution, Christianity continued to grow. The Emperor Constantine's conversion in the 4th century CE marked a turning point. Christianity became the official religion of the Roman Empire. Grand churches and cathedrals rose across the land, replacing pagan temples. These architectural marvels, with their soaring arches and intricate mosaics, became powerful symbols of the new faith.
Yes?
Yes.
So there came Christianity. So I continue with my part.
For everyone. No.
Because the important thing in here is like the Catholic Church as well, no? So early Christianity began to spread in the 1st century, and it faced periods of persecution, just like it says in the because at the beginning they were like kind of like a minority, and then there was like the Visigoth period, yes.
So basically, the Christianity has arrived to Spain like the 1st century. Can I just comment about Finland?
Yes, of course.
In this, I mean, like, because it would be dynamic. Because, okay, the point is like the Christianity has basically arrived to Finland. The Christian influence was like around the 1000. So basically, think about the difference. The Christianity's influence started to affect more and more Finland. Like maybe 800-900, they had already some people that were buried with some crosses, crucifix. But on year 1000, like that era, like how you say that? But year 1000, okay. So think about it, that the Christianity business has reached us here 1000 years later than you. Maybe like 800s at the what's called Viking time. You know what I mean? It's really, it's super like, well, that tells about many things.
The funny thing is, that Christianity came in Holland 500 years. You say 1000, but in Holland 500 years after birth of Christ. You know, after year 0. It's the 6th century.
Yeah, but that's yeah. Well, anyway, that is a huge difference in this.
You can see that it takes many years to flow from Southern Europe to Middle Europe to Northern Europe.
Yeah. Well, the point was, like I said in here, that there has been some kind of like signs of this business, in a way. Basically, like from 800-900s, that there's graves already from 900s, and even from the Viking time, like that there has been that Christianity could have arrived in Finland already during the 9th century. But anyway, it's still a huge difference with the stuff. And also, the first church was like...
Also.
Well, I mean, exactly. That can be easily the case that explains in some manner, because we have been, like I said, I have told, without any shame, Finnish people are forest people. You know, they are not. And there's things about the Christianity that I can tell you. Then I will tell you some of the things. For example, I will just mention that the first church was founded between the turning of the centuries 1100 and 1200 in Ramatula, Ristimäki near Turku, Kaarina.
Hi.
So that's like, again, first church in this country was basically probably 1,000 years after Spain, and 500, 600 years after the Netherlands. So Holland, what the fuck am I? But I didn't really like. I have known that we have been kind of reluctant to this business here, and all that. But yeah, so how goes now there, Spain?
I am checking. Yes, that in Holland exactly it went to the 6th and 7th century.
Yeah, but yeah, so you guys have
even later or what than in Finland?
Yes.
I don't get it. So first arrived to Finland, then to Holland.
No.
You understand it wrong. First Holland, then Finland.
Yeah,
claro.
It was the 5th century, 5th, 6th century in Holland, and us it was 1,000. 1,100.
Yes, sorry. Yes.
It's just the other way around. So like,
yes.
Hey,
that I was sorry that
I
was
like. Sure, can you do this? But I was just doing this.
Yeah.
You go forward.
The Christianity arrived there. Yeah. So yeah, well, interesting stuff, and that like is civilization. You know.
Yeah, the southern part of Holland was a little bit earlier with the Christianity, because they already were trading a lot with Romans, and at some point they were like Romans, and then really like the 6th till the 8th century, the Christianity really conquered the northern parts of Holland, like with conquering the Fries and all that, you know, and that's that didn't went without a conflict, you know. They had many conflicts there, so you know, and because you know that was the battle between like the Germanic gods and ways and everything, and then the Christian ways, you know, and that's a big difference back then, you know? So that was a real thing, you know.
Yeah. Well, in here was basically like Spain.
Yes, continue. No, please.
So in Finland, it kind of like they say that was Catholicism, the Catholics first, but there is not really like much of actually evidence, and they are now disputing this. Even that they say like Christianity is still the Viking time, and Christian they mainly from East first influences, and there is no stories about how we got in touch with the Catholicism. They have also started to like the stories about this Catholicism spreading in Finland, that is not is disputed, and then they say that there has been also would have been crusades from Sweden to Finland. But Swedish crusaders in the late 12th century and early 13th centuries were instrumental in spread of Christianity. These military campaigns aimed to convert Finnish people and establish Christianity as dominant religion. Over time, Christian institutions such as monasteries and churches were established, and the Finnish people gradually adopted Christian beliefs and practices. But what they say also later on was like this. It says like usually the Finnish people did not voluntarily accept Christianity, but only with the threat of violence and to be forced. From years 1171 and 172, from Pope Alexander III, Gravis Abodomin, there's a letter that is saying that the Finnish people will convert to Christianity and Christians when the enemy comes and says like, okay, you have to convert. But when the danger is over, they go back to their pagan ways. And then they start hunting the preachers. So that I will tell you that this kind of stuff has more connotations to Finnish culture and everything Yeah, Greek Christians, we Christians. Then no, we are not Christians, And this is like intrinsic in the whole culture in certain ways, That is this, but it's not really that. Yeah, we Christians, but we are. We can do this, but we're gonna do.
You are a small population, and you have like kind of compromise. But when you can't escape it, then you do it. So that's smart, no?
Yeah, and they say that basically that Pope Innocentus III, in his letter, saying that because like some noble people have been able to help the Finns to become Christians, and in the end, it goes to this, that at some point, you had to be a Christian, and other people who were not Christians, they were driven out from the country. But it was that you had to be in the Lutheran Church, period. And some people were given like the right to have another religion, but basically you didn't have citizens' rights till 1900s if you were not a Christian. And it was really like that you're gonna be a Lutheran or you're gonna be a Lutheran. You had to. It was in the law that you had to participate in the whole business of everything.
But then we have not arrived there still.
Sorry, I'm jumping. But yeah, so in Finland. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Now I'm kind of jumping here.
Yeah. So then it was like the Christianity began to spread in the 1st century in Spain, and it faced periods of persecution by gaining, like I said, like traction over time, no? And then it was in the Visigoth period, by the 5th century, the Visigoths, who had converted from Arianism to Catholicism, established Christianity as the dominant religion. And the Visigothic code and councils, like the Council of Toledo, probably you have heard about the city in Spain, solidified the true influence. So it was coming from, you were there, yes. Then we have, Islam. No, the Muslims conquered Spain in the early 8th century. The Muslims armies conquered most of the Iberian Peninsula, and this led to the establishment of Al-Andalus, that probably you have heard about it as well, that were the Islam, when it flowered there. Al-Andalus became a center of the culture and learning, with significant contributions to science. I have to say, like we have a lot of, and all the logic and how we are like sharp with these things, is I think that it comes from them, because they were like really, really smart people. So science, medicine, not only science, medicine and philosophy. So Cordoba's Great Mosque is a testament to this period, and I recommend everyone that if they go to visit Spain, they have to go to visit this place, because it's like mind-blowing. Also, Alhambra is like crazy, they're like, it's like they are cultural monuments. I mean, like they are protected for the UNESCO, so and then we have like the Reconquist we call that, is like when the Christians, so the Muslim came to cover, and then the Christians took back, So it started in the 8th century and culminated in the 1492, when we, what we did with the fall of Granada, no? Christian kingdoms gradually reclaimed the peninsula, and the Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella, no? Fernando y Isabel la Católica, I guess that you have also heard about this, complete the Reconquist. So then was the Inquisition, where if you were obliged in Finland, pues imagine there, like it was even more. To unify the region under Christianity, the Spanish Inquisition was established to root out heresy and enforce the Catholic orthodoxy. Okay? And then
I think that nobody expected the Spanish Inquisition.
Yes.
That nobody expected.
So it was coming the Spanish Inquisition and stuff like that. And then we continue, because in that period, then after this starts the Reformation and its impact.
For centuries, the Catholic Church held sway over religious life in Europe. However, the 16th century witnessed a dramatic upheaval known as the Reformation. Martin Luther, a German monk, challenged the authority of the Pope and called for reforms within the Church. Luther's 95 Theses, nailed to the door of Wittenberg Church in 1517, ignited a firestorm of controversy. The Reformation led to the emergence of Protestant denominations, each with its own interpretation of Christian doctrine. Protestants rejected the elaborate rituals and hierarchical structure of the Catholic Church. They emphasized the importance of individual faith and the Bible as the sole source of religious authority. Simple, unadorned churches became characteristic of many Protestant denominations.
Yeah, and there is the table is all yours, because from this subject you have idea. In Spain we continue being Catholic, so we don't have that.
Well, Holland turned out to be more Protestant.
So how it arrived there in your lands, and so what happened?
Yeah, well, we're next to Germany, so it came from Germany, like the German pop and stuff, whatever the guy just told. So it just flew into it. But we still had a lot of Catholics, but the Catholics are more in the south, and the north turned out to be Protestant, So, and that stayed a little bit till modern time.
So, but in the Netherlands, are you more Protestant than Catholic, or the other way around?
Yeah, no. It slowly Protestant became more, but at the end, it's more Protestant than Catholic.
Okay.
I also know that when I grew up and stuff, when I was a little kid, you still heard those villages over there that are Catholic villages. That don't really go there. Those people are more like you don't want to do anything with Catholics. And now I live here in Germany, they still say it. It's really like, oh, that village is Catholic. You can forget those people. It's really weird. Not condemning Catholic. It's just what you hear. Like, I'm not religious. I don't let everybody believe what they want. I have no problems with it. But that's what I hear a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I don't know. Still a little bit. I don't call it hate, but there's still always like a little bit like against the Catholics, or a little bit like it's okay, but leave them alone. It's like leave them there. They are really known as stubborn people.
And there is when Spain have basically the Spanish rule, no? That the Netherlands was under Spanish rule, and King Philip II of Spain was a staunch Catholic. He enforced strict anti-Protestant policies, actually, leading to widespread persecution of Protestants. So that was because, like we were kind of not allowing that this Protestant, because it was like a threat, no, to the power in this moment. So yes.
So then you can see, does it go about God and religion, or does it go about power and money? On the name.
Well, anything goes with the power and money, and this, and of course you can have high ideals in anything. Is it religion or whatever? And then how people use it is another thing, I guess.
Then it was the important thing that happened in the Netherlands, I think, is like the iconoclasm, that they were like as well like the Spanish were like imposing their rules. Then the iconoclasts were the one that they were like basically like destroying all kinds of like statues and religious symbols
Catholic, what's the
in the
name?
Catholic Church. Iconoclast.
Yeah, I don't know the English name, but I heard about it. Your kids get taught about it on schools in Holland.
And then it came with the war that we were talking about, that it was the war of the 80 years, that we call it the 100 Years War. And it was like the revolt against Spain, for the harsh policies of the Philip II and the desire to the religions of freedom to the Dutch revolt. Yeah.
So you still owe us for all the damage you did to our country.
Still? We
I think the Spanish still owe us. It's like 80 years. It's not just something.
Yeah, and there it was like the Union of Utrecht. The northern provinces of the Netherlands formed the Union of Utrecht, declaring their independence from Spain and established the Calvinist state. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Holland started.
And then Westphalia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't. These are things, if I may, if it's the right kind of time to say.
Yes.
I didn't know that they had made crusades in Finland. They made. I didn't really like. I didn't know that. What? That's really strange, man. They said that. Okay, and this is the stuff. There is not so much written stuff actually. They mentioned Bishop Thomas, who worked possibly years 1220 to 1245 in a letter of Paavi Gregorius IX, 1229, that they have basically that the Finnish bishop would converted the great pagan people of Finland and in other countries. Yet this Gregorius made another in 3 years to Bishop of Semagilien in a letter that the Catholic Church is not really having much influence in Finland yet. And Gregorius gave the Bishop of Finland that they can start like destroying the groves and other sacred places of the Bacons. And they also tried. The point was also like they also tried to, based on this, they tried to also prevent the Gotland weapons, horses, and ships and food not to be sold to non-Christian Finnish people. They were trying. Basically, they said the Pope will say that Finns tried to destroy Christianity in the area with the help of these weapons and horses and ships and stuff like this. So that's kind of interesting stuff. So basically, and it's also now disputed that there has been much about the Catholicism. So basically, the Protestant stuff and Lutheranism, that is the main thing that happened. It seems to be a bit chaotic what's been going on. Also, basically armed attacks in Baltia and in Finland, and they came from Denmark and at least Sweden. And Denmark made crusades to Finland at least year 1187 and maybe before that, and also 1191, 1202. And then it says that the King of Norway, Gregorius, gave also like permission to make to the sacred country and to make to the neighbor countries, again the heathens, pagans in the neighboring countries. Also, possibly Germans have made violent conversion work in Finland, and for this they have some proof about the churches that was there. Oh my, I didn't know. And they have put, oh my dear. In Finland, they have Russian side, Novgorod, they have sent 500 monks towards Russian, to the edge of Russian territory, to Karelia and to Finland, to basically to put this. And then there is like a legend that basically there was a martyrdom of one bishop that was killed during the when they were making a crusade 1155, and that the Finnish like a peasant was killing like a bishop. It was Lalli, and this is some kind of, and this is funny that I knew.
Now Finland is gone.
What happened to Finland?
He said a peasant killed a bishop.
And then disappeared.
And now this is a punishment.
No. It's not this one. Where are you? Is this? No. Well, in the meanwhile, that we have lost the Suomipoika. I can put another important thing that people should know that that they can do.
Hi. Support the channel the way you can. Subscribe, like, share, or donate. And hopefully you have something to say.
That is the finish.
I have to say this again.
Once upon a time in Finland.
Hi. Support the channel the way you can. Subscribe, like, share, or donate. And hopefully
The little
you have something
fish.
to say.
The little fish.
Again.
Once upon a time in Finland.
Hi. Support the channel the way you can.
Oh.
Subscribe, like, share, or donate. And hopefully you have something to say.
Sorry. The little mermaid from Finland.
A little Mervin. Next time we see him in the sea.
Yeah.
Next time we can swim in the sea.
Totally.
That's a real good thing.
We have lost Suomipoika. I don't know why.
I don't know.
But
too.
it's quite interesting that in the end doesn't matter too much. In the end, it's a matter of power, no? That what comes like.
Finland
And
is
yet,
back.
like religion and politics doesn't have. It's not really different.
No,
Yeah.
it's a bit. If you really look to it, it's all a bit the same. It's like you had the nature gods and stuff, and then Christianity came and took over. Yeah, everything with violence, with everything, everything they could, and they forced partly, that they brought it with real religion, but partly they also forced the people to believe that, and if you didn't believe it, you get killed. So it's a force by death, and. Yeah, and I think that's also a thing. If you look to the modern times, it's like well, at least in Holland, it's degrading a big time, and all the nature religion comes back up again, and also a lot of other religions, but yeah, the Christian religion is going down rapidly. It's like the churches are now used as concert rooms and all those things, or like libraries or so. I
think I have a picture. I have a picture from this that you gave me.
Yeah. and they just do that because the church doesn't have enough income anymore to pay for all the churches who stand there. So the churches have to find a solution to have an income, to support the building and stuff, and I think it's an important thing because churches should stand there, it's a part of our history.
Mm-hmm.
But Christianity is going down real good.
I think that's also like, well, there is, let's say how long it's been in existence in a way, that it's about to be, whatever it is corrupted, I guess. You know what I mean? And then people are looking for more something that would be more like less corrupted. And now if you come up with the new stuff, I guess also, I don't know, could it be said that maybe then, for example, Islam is less corrupted in some manner because it hasn't existed so long than Christianity. It didn't have time to get corrupted. I don't know if that is the case, but that could be. Maybe.
I don't think
know.
so. I think it's
I,
a human,
I think
inherent human nature.
I see. I know you cannot say that, but I see like Christianity and Islam are a bit equal, are a bit the same kind of religions.
Well, it's not
It comes from the
Jesus
same
of
root, but,
also.
but
They,
it's
they have
Islam is
they have the
modern.
same basic story,
Hmm.
and it's
Well, I
just
don't know. I'm just thinking about this. If you think about the whatever empire or power it gets, Roman Empire got really corrupted. I think that was the reason why it fell in the end.
no.
And
I
that
think
really goes on
it's
years
failing.
and years and years.
I think it's failing because it doesn't stand with nature, and you can't believe in something what's not nature, because nature is there. So that's why I think before Christianity, you had all the nature religions everywhere around the world. If you look to Spain, if you look to Finland, if you look to Holland, it's practically the same. It's like people really living with nature. And then Christianity came, and they say there's something more than nature, but there is nothing more.
Well, the
So
funny thing is also that you have had Aztecs and Mayans who were sacrificing people of thousands. So, okay, we have done it different, but of course that is also depends how you look at things. I think I wouldn't. I guess they have had. I would say that Christianity and all religions have good and bad influences. I think there's shitload of people being killed because of religion, whatever religion, and I guess in that sense that's not okay. But I think the certain principle ideas, what I know of Christianity, which is not even that much, but with my experience, is like in principle good, but then people misuse in that sense also, that they just use it for to gain something for themselves and to control people. So, and this is a
no,
problem with the whole business of organized anything. If it's like people who like heavy metal music or from religion or to political parties or whatever, it's not just Christianity, it's not just religion, it's everything on my view.
It comes with organization. Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
And somebody
Like
wants to be the best monkey.
the others.
That's the stuff.
yeah,
Somebody wants to be the best monkey. And somebody wants a little bit more stuff. Somebody wants a little bit more say what's gonna happen. And I just I want to be the boss monkey. So that's the stuff. Hey, do you
yeah.
think that can I ask Spain? Do you think the mermaid would have something to say?
The mermaid, you said 3 times what the stuff already while you were aware.
So obviously I was aware. I didn't hear what the mermaid says. What a handsome mermaid it is. Indeed. But yeah, I don't. For me, it's like maybe a bit chaotic with the Finnish thing with the religion and especially Christianity. But it's also this is how it's been.
But we continue with the last part. The last part of the video. Religious diversity in the modern world.
Yes.
If it was.
Today, the world is a tapestry of faiths, each contributing to the richness and complexity of human experience. From the soaring minarets of mosques, calling the faithful to prayer, to the serene beauty of Buddhist temples, places of worship reflect the diverse ways in which humans seek meaning and connection. We encounter this diversity in our daily lives. We see it in the hijab, worn by a Muslim woman, the kippah worn by a Jewish man, or the saffron robes of a Buddhist monk. Each tradition offers its own unique perspective on life's big questions, from the nature of the divine to the meaning of suffering and the hope for salvation. The journey through time reveals a profound truth. The human search for meaning is a constant. While religious practices have evolved and diversified over millennia, the fundamental human yearning for connection to something greater than ourselves persists. Understanding the historical roots of different faiths fosters appreciation for the tapestry of beliefs that enrich our world today.
Exactly. So this is something that we have, or I personally would like to transmit, that in the end, religious is people is like to to satisfy the feeling of hope, and the point is like it's a pity that the people fight each other in the name of God. This is my personal opinion for this. When I think that the meaning of this exactly is should be like to promote peace and tolerance, and this should be not for to use it as a game of power or for controlling others or to make like other kind of things. And it doesn't matter what we are talking about, if it is Christians, Muslims, Buddhism, or whatever other thing, or any other spiritual going. This is my personal opinion that I respect. Or from the channel, I want to say from my part, that is 1/3, that I spread tolerance about this. But I have been in part of the life really mad to religions, actually. But religions itself is a tool, so it's nothing, It's the usage that humans made out of them. This is the problematic thing, no? And I was really mad. I have sinned against religions and against everyone who follows or some kind of faith or stuff like that, exactly for the same things that in Nederlander was telling, no. But I understood that no, who I am for like to put down something that is making good for other people. For example, if someone feels that believing in Jehovah or believing in, I don't know, in a cosmic mushroom, it's making their life greater and more sense and more feeling, even if it means to lie to themselves, why not? Let them be.
I guess the problem in this is that that's not the problem, that you believe something. The problem is that you insist that I believe what you believe. I guess that's the problem.
Exactly. This is the usage that I was telling you about, like when people use that religions to impose the ideas on others. That whether it should be like you want to believe in whatever, believe in. Respect, exactly.
Respect is the main thing,
Yes.
what should be there, and diversity is a good thing. And like you said, you have to respect everybody, every person, and what you believe and you believe. Everybody needs to choose for themselves. But if I choose differently, then it's also good.
Yeah, and of course I make like this to religions that not religions itself, but the people that possess the religion in that imposition way, no? Like, for example, someone will tell that I have to wear a burqa, or I tell this, like I tell, like if I will have to go to confess, like the Catholics says that I have to confess my sins or whatever to a priest or something like that. No. So, but that may, I mean, because that doesn't work for me. But if other person is doing this because they feel to have a burqa and they feel to confess their sins to a priest that is not known for that person, pues go ahead. There is no problem. For me, it's okay. I don't have problem for this. So
I think that, like if we were saying about this, is like in here, when the Christianity came, then it was Christianity. No, it was not something else. Then it was Christianity, and then the ancient religion business was kind of like riding. It was, they didn't get rid of it exactly, completely, entirely. So until like 18th century, 18th century, basically, you could have some kind of spell prayer mix, sort of, that you do this to Satan and to this Mahinen, which is like the Finnish kind of equivalent of the evil or incarnate or something like this. And that's the stuff.
No, my thing is to just, if I look to it, it's like, if you look throughout history, you had all the gods and everybody was respecting everybody, like in the past. Then religion took over, and now we are like Christianity took over, and now we are in the part that, well, the religions are mixing again. You know, it's like everywhere mixing again, and old religions come a lot back up again, and I think maybe we go back to the past again. You know, it's like that everything is mixed and everybody has respect for everybody. And there's no need for fighting because you believe a different God or have different culture than me or stuff like that. And I think that's the good thing. Because I have to go now, so I have to close up. So that's my final point of the view, Zemma.
Okay. So well, I think that was quite nice. Now, yeah, a Nederlander has to leave, and we will soon leave ourselves. Yes, he has to go. But
first, and then we close up the whole business as well. Yeah.
I wish you a really good Friday night.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter which God, but always stay.
Yeah. Believe in yourself. The most important thing.
Exactly. Ciao.
Bye-bye. So yeah, I think we are alone now. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, that was
when sorry, but when you went away, there you were in the middle of something.
I didn't exactly go, but I had technical glitch for I just had to reset the phone. But anyway, yes.
If you can find in what point were you, because then I was like, you were in the middle of something and it went away.
Yeah, I guess I was telling now.
I was telling about like the crusades with the Swedish.
They had crusades in Finland towards Finland. I didn't know this. This is like really crazy stuff for me, basically. But in the end, the Danish and even the Norwegian had, and the monks came here like partly from Russia. So, but it seems like, and then, for example, I was going to this, that there was this. This is a funny thing because there's a legend that basically English-born, like Bishop of Uppsala, Henrik, and the King Holy Eric made a crusade to Finland in 1155. And basically, they are a little bit like, is this true or not? But they have like a poem in Finnish, and then they tell that he met martyrdom, death, on the lake, ice of the lake Köyliöjärvi. And the earliest, and 1600 is the last earliest inscription about this. So basically, they are basically saying that a Finnish peasant killed a bishop on the lake. And this is something that is like, I would say that this is a funny thing that I knew this. For some reason, this is one, I didn't know about the Crusades so much or anything, but I knew that there's a Finnish peasant that killed a bishop, and that's like, yes, that's that motherfucker got what he deserved, come here, imposing us. And that tells you something about, again, the culture and everything. So basically, the Christianity has been forced on Finnish people, like it took centuries to let that it rooted. So basically, it became like, and then when it took, basically it means that it was like, then it was that, and of course you had kind of like their the natural stuff was still going there a little bit, and they didn't really get and all that, and then came the Lutheranism and the, what is this, wokeism.
You mean?
The Reformation.
Reformation.
Yeah. Yes. And basically, it was like really late. And this is the stuff that then was the religion. It was the Christianity. Then it was Christianity. There was not really much other stuff. And that was basically the stuff. And then any like Islam or Buddhism or stuff like this, they have come like much later here. You know, like
Yeah.
during the beginning of last century. In the end, so
Can you find, by the way, one thing that can you find like now is like some kind of a story about the Finnish mythology now that we are like
what do you want to say?
Kalevala, for example, I don't know, Vainamoinen or something like that. Something like is like cool, and that probably not many people doesn't know about that, you know, because I think the
Yeah,
Finnish mythology is something really, really, really
for me,
important,
like,
or really important, really, how do you say, like really, really, really nice, actually.
uh-huh. So yeah, it's like well, basically the mythology is like the Kalevala thing is like when you have like compilation of poems that in has, which is like that they have been taken by Elias Lönnrot. It's an epic poetry compiled by Elias Lönnrot from Karelia and Finnish oral folklore and mythology. So it's a compilation of things. Like they said again, the old what's the ancient religion and what are the mythological like things that they go hand in hand. It's difficult even to differentiate it. I was checking some websites and doing some research with this, and they also call like this Finnish folklore page like that. It's really difficult to differentiate the mythology and the religion, sort of. For me, like I don't know, I was you were away at the time, but also there was like things that that in the Middle Earth was living elves, and you can think that Tolkien stuff it's taken partly on this. You know that it's the Finnish. Some of it has actually the Finnish mythology is not famous, but Tolkien is famous, the Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
So that has affected, for example, this Lord of the Rings that you have had, for example, that in the Middle Earth was living the elves, and then then that's how it is in there. But yeah, the Kalevala is the stuff that is compilation of folklore basically and the old religion and stuff like this. So they wanted to basically. For Old Kalevala was published in 1835, consisting of 12,078 verses. The version of commonly known today was published in 1849, consists of 22,795 verses, divided into 50 folk stories, poems, and then like this. So basically, yeah, there is like different characters there. I find it, for me, is I haven't gotten known to it very well. But for example, there is like a woman who gathers the land of the dead, which I was telling to Mark earlier. I don't know if you were then away, actually.
I think so.
So basically, moment, I will put you here. So it's like the Pohjolan emäntä, meaning Pohjolan akka, is a mythological creature who is leading the mythic Northland or Pohjola. And you use the name Louhi for this. It's Lovetar, Loviatar, Louhetar, and Lovehetar. So basically, but she's, and funny that, ancient stuff, and basically, it's an evil and cold country far in the north. The north is enemy of the heroes, and it's the birthplace of like cold weather, sickness, and all kind of problems. And basically, like that would be like it's run by a woman for some reason. Okay. And it's only clear matriarch that is in the whole Kalevala is this like the lady of the stress of the north. Mm-hmm. And she can change she can do many things, like she can make the sun and moon go how she wants, and she can give birth to all sorts of weird creatures, and she can turn into a bird, and and the warriors will go riding with her. So that's funny that old school stuff there is like a woman who is really in charge. or something like serious business in that sense, I guess.
Well, you can
So-
see also in the culture, Finnish culture, like the women are quite strong, no? Like as well, or not in that sense. That you can see also like in human or in the Finnish culture that the women are quite strong.
Yeah. Well, that is in a sense, yeah, in certain ways, I think that is like, I
there
guess
is
it's
like
a complicated thing, but it's considered also like, in a sense, I guess, yeah, that they are like, well, I've been here for a long time, and at least in certain way, it's I guess considered that the women actually, depending, it's not really this or that, but I think there is things that women kind of have sort of like authority and power over things in a way.
I think so.
Maybe, and that they probably will be in many places telling like this is how it's gonna get done, and there is no option, in a sense.
Yeah.
So
maybe it has.
Maybe that's so in that yes, good point. And it's like something when you are so near about things you don't maybe necessarily understand or see this. So that's kind of interesting. But for me, I haven't really. I find some Kalevala book, I think, from my family, which was from the beginning of the 19th century or 20th century, 1925, 8 or something. But for me, it's a little bit confusing that when I've been trying to read the stories or the poems and stuff, it's a little bit like, I don't know if the same with other myths and mythologies and these traditions and folklore, but it seems a little bit like forced for me. It's like, why would they do like this? Of course, maybe this is exactly because that would be humans and gods and mythical creatures doing stuff. So maybe it doesn't have to make sense in a way, but I always found it, but a little I read it, is a bit confusing. And funny enough, for Finnish thing is like this Väinämöinen was a tough guy on singing, for example, and he was playing the kantele, and he was like that's something also interesting on my view. If you think about that, sort of like the nature of the Finnish people and all that, basically there is this. So how come like a great hero is actually somebody who is a singer, and like in a way, you know what I mean? So it seems to be like, or maybe it's exactly this, because people would be like, I don't think that this is something that Finnish people are taking like, you know, like, well, if you think about who's gonna sing more likely, Finnish person or Spanish person, the Spanish person. Who's gonna dance more likely if they're not drunk, especially Finnish or Spanish person, the Spanish person. But and to say is like, then you have to like the ancient greatest hero of everything is a great seer, like who has a like lot of information, a handy blacksmith, a singer, and a player of kantele. So that is also like really the kind of funny thing in a sense, you know, like. And then, well, we do have a lot of metal bands and people do the music stuff. But for example, I don't think Finland is really the country of singers. I think Finland has more like people who play guitars and stuff. And I don't think, I'm sure there's a lot of good singers in Finland, but I think like if you take Lithuania, like Estonia, you take Ireland, you take England, you take, you know, all these places, there is more people who are with the singing. I think even in Spain or whatever, you know, like, I think there is, I don't know what to say about this. Maybe I'm totally lost. But that's an interesting thing.
You know what is my opinion? I like, maybe no, it's not like these virtuosis vocals in Finland, but I think that the color of the voices are nice, you know, like, because it's like this is low and deep, you know.
I have heard certain sources that this has been considered that it's sexy and cool and all that in a way.
Yeah, like for example, yes,
tell me.
No, like a good example that I could say about this is Billy Valor, no?
Yeah.
yeah, with from him.
Yeah,
No,
he
it's
has
super good in that sense, you know. So that I mean, like, it's the color of the voice, you know, that is.
Yeah. Also, I don't think I agree. And many people said that it's not that you have to be the best technically or whatever, or you have to be the best player or whatever. It's just what seems to, if you are serious, you know, like, and you have something special in that sense that you do your own thing. And then there's many people said that, for example, the guy of this who sings in Kotti Teollisuus, who is his band basically, he's the best singer for this band. Maybe he's not a great singer, but it fits there and it works there, and you cannot imagine that anyone else would be doing it, you know.
Like
maybe there is a tones.
It's special for this part, like it's made for that part.
Yeah, and same as other bands. There is like this. What is this? Apulanta, for example. There's this guy who is singing there. You cannot really imagine that there's someone else. But I don't know. I wouldn't say that if you would objectively look at this, who am I to judge with my limited experience? But I don't think that anyone would. If you would estimate the skills of these people, they are probably can do their stuff. But I don't think they would be considered, you know, like that they're like virtuosos or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes.
And I think that's the stuff in this probably likely going. But this just gives. I didn't realize that the difference between the start of Christianity in here is 1,000 years, dude. It's
yes,
like
yes.
what? It's like
yes.
how many generations, dude?
Yeah.
Like I said, and that explains many things also, because I guess the church, whatever people say, they have had influence in culture and education still. And I don't agree with what Mark says that Christianity came ruined everything basically, and that there was no conflict before that. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
They have been fighting before that and been fighting long after this, forgotten that there was Christianity. So
and I think also like partly like people like accept something by imposition, of course, like you said, but also like partly, you know, like in all the things, like when you are doing, you know, or impose or something, then everything has a teach, you know, for you in life, you know. So it has been pros and contras for all these things, you know. Like I say, like maybe like the Romans were invading and then they were expanding and stuff like that, but they were living. They were giving a lot of how do you say, a lot of positive things also to the people, like you know,
roads, healthcare, water,
exactly, water.
That actually, there's a fantastic scene in the movie Monty Python, Life of Brian, when they are posing the road, and you remember this, like, whatever did this? You mean besides the education, the other things, and you know, like the basically peace, the road. So of course, then like if somebody conquers you and you try to say that it's not, of course, only positive, that they have imposed their ways also. It's like it's what it is. I guess there's both things in there. In a way, but that is one. And also what I have myself adapted more is like, I don't know, earlier I was ignorant. I didn't have any idea of anything, basically. This is how I see. And then I have tried to get some ideas with spirituality and, you know, esoteric business and with the tarot cards and with everything. And then I have talked to some Jehovah's Witnesses, nice huggers. Like one dude I've been talking to every once in a while when I've been meeting him in the street or something. He's kind of tried to convert me and he explained me things, but I felt like I don't feel threatened, because I think there could be that people somehow feel threatened when you talk. And if you feel you are insecure on my view on that sense, so I'm not insecure. I can let him talk. Then I pay attention to what he said. Then I said, well, but I don't see it. And then in the end, he's like, but it has to be like this. And I was like, well, first of all, it's a religious matter or matter of belief. You can explain me whatever you want, and I have to come to a conclusion that it's correct. You can keep explaining for 1,000 years, and I will maybe never get the same idea you did. I have to get the experience to be, you know, like some kind of epiphany that I believe in something or religious awakening or something. And now I'm just talking. I'm like, well, no, well, I have more thinking that everything is together and cooperation and like love. That's the stuff. And it's like basically. I earlier I think I would have been more like, but now I'm more like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah, this is what I think, but I'm sorry, I don't agree. I was like, well, it could be like this, but I cannot say that I have found the same way.
And on top of everything is because you don't know. Also, like the person, maybe it's also like your perception, no? Like that maybe one person can be really vehement about the religion, about the stuff that they are telling to you, no? But that means maybe that person is meaning like, hey, I believe in this. Why don't you believe in this? It will make you good, no? It will make you. So maybe that the person just want to try to give you something that is helping them, you know, and you are perceiving like they are trying to impose it, you know. So
and they are in a sense, of course.
Yes, they are in a way, but in the end, if you
but it's not just about opposing.
In the end, is what you said. Like if you are secure about what you want, and just you will let the people talk like whatever they want to talk to you, and then you will choose anyway. You know what I mean? And the simple point of that person telling what he or she wants. Doesn't make that you have to accept this, you know. So it's okay when people say whatever thing is their opinion in the end. So
but it also like it was like funny enough when this one guy was talking about this Jehovah's Witness business, and then he's trying to make his case, and we talk many times and we talk other things also, but then he's kind of tried to convert me, and I was like, sorry dude, but I am still not with you. I'm really sorry, but it's been kind of respectful in the end. And then has been other people also. And I remember it kind of was. It started. The first thing what happened was I think I was in a bar, outside a bar in the center of Helsinki. I had a few beers. I was smoking still at the time. Some woman came and started talking about Jesus and stuff like this. And then I was like, I'm sorry, but okay, yeah, fair enough, okay. But that was one of the first times I didn't try to maybe, because for me first it was to somehow destroy the other party or like dismiss them, you know, that they are fucking crazy or whatever. And I was just like, listen, I was like, okay, I have my ideas of spirituality. I don't think I need to go to church, that I feel like I have something, maybe there's something greater than me, that I was just saying like, okay, you can do it, but you know, like I am doing okay without that, and I don't need that, but I feel like I have something, ideas, I am not sure yet. And then I for example with the Jehovah's Witness, I also say like I am searching maybe, but what you are saying, I don't think that's it, and maybe I never will find anything, but what you are telling me, I don't find it appealing to me. I haven't have any awakening for that, and you can talk to me if you want. I listen, and then I will give counter arguments or comments, and then who knows, maybe I will see it your way or maybe I don't. At the moment I don't.
What happened?
In that sense, what happened? What do you mean? You're frozen. Just a sec. Are you there? You were frozen.
That I lost you.
I lost you. Yeah, you were frozen for me, basically. So
yeah.
So I don't know. In a way, it's like if you cannot listen, of course you don't have to. But basically, I guess in any other matter, it's like if you just want to, then if somebody, well, I think could be the problem if you have a religious belief and a view and you want to share it, and then you are not willing to, start saying that maybe you are not correct. Because I guess if you believe in God one way or the other, whatever religion, it's not you are going in with that this is what it is and you are correct. So I guess you are not willing to compromise the idea that maybe you are wrong. that maybe there is no God, or maybe you have a wrong God. But basically, if you believe in some God, I guess the idea is that
Who
you
knows?
gotta defend it.
The point here is like, who knows this? This is why I don't know. Like, this is why I am agnostic, because I don't know. I cannot say yes or no because I have not died. I don't know what is. I don't know what is afterlife. You know.
Mm. Yeah, and well,
to go to one direction or the other, to me looks like the same mistake, you know, because I don't know, I don't have evidence for one way or another.
Yeah, well, for me, I think more is like what some huggers have been saying also is like I find it very limiting to think that this would be the Christianity is the stuff, and then what happens to the rest of the people? They are wrong, or that Islam is the stuff, or Buddhism is the stuff. So in a way, it's like I would like I don't know if you have said also, but like maybe the point is like everything is trying to represent the same thing in a different manner. That there is something bigger. Maybe there's a universe, a source, or force, or whatever. And everybody's trying to describe the relation between with humans and some bigger force. So for me, at least with this info that I have, is like to think that the Christian God, exactly how it's presented, is the only answer, and that's the truth. It seems like, is it not really?
What do you have, for example? Yeah, I just wanted to know, because like to not go away of the track that we were talking about. But I wanted to know also, like, what kinds of religions there are now, or in Finland.
Yes. Yeah, I was checking some stuff for basically.
What is the predominant and what is the? Have you checked for this?
Christian Lutheran country. Most of the people, 64% in 2023, Evangelist Lutheran Church. Years, that it has gone down the membership, because in the 1900s, 90% of people belong to the church. For example, the amount of Muslim has grown, and Islam has come.
But if I am correct, wait, sorry to interrupt, but if I am correct, like the Finnish, there are many they have said like no to the church, and basically what you have to do is like to go to a website and to put that you are not.
When I get out from the church, Evangelical Lutheran Church, that's a long time. You have to go to the a church master's office, and the priest would interview you and all that. Nowadays it was this, that you would go to like getoutofchurch.com and you fill a paper and that's it. And of course you have been paid also taxes to the church, let's say 1 or 2% of your income.
Because in Spain it's not that easy.
And then the point is like the Finnish law, like what is the basic law? The constitution gives the Evangelist Lutheran Church special position. So it's like, it's like the Orthodox and Evangelical Lutheran Church have their own laws. There's also in Finland you have sects of Christianity, different religious movements, Catholic Church, Buddhism, Hinduism, Jewish people, But
what are the biggest, and what do you have like the small ones?
Well, basically, the Islam is the second biggest at the moment now in Finland.
Really?
But that's only 2% of population. 120,000 people, 120,000 people is Muslim. And after the Lutheranism is Orthodox with Eastern Finland, and it has only 56,000 members. It's for Eastern Finland, so there's twice more Muslims in Finland than Orthodox Christians.
Okay. Yes.
And then this is the stuff basically, like I will tell you, Protestantism 4.2, Orthodox 1%, then there's Catholic Church 0.3, Restorationism 0.4, other religions 0.6, and then this is from 2023, and people who do not belong to any sect of religion is 33.6. So 1/3 of Finnish people are not belonging to any kind of religion, basically.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So
So
it's Lutherans, and then everything else comes like far behind.
In Spain, we have Catholicism, of course, is a majority of religion. It's around the 70% of Spaniards identify as a Catholic. So active participation has declined. It's like it went down, you know. So major, the major events that we have is like the Holy Week, you know, that the people goes like in processions and with the cuckoo's and stuff like this.
Yeah, that's the weird shit.
And it's like we have like popular parties about this, like yes, but many Spaniards consider themselves cultural Catholics, okay, but they are not actually like following their practices, you know, like they don't go to we are like more bicultural thing, but for example, atheism and agnosticism, yeah, is a growing trend, and is approximately 44.1% of the population identifies as an atheist, agnostic, or non-religious. It happened the same, like you say, like in Finland is 1/3. In Spain is even bigger. The percentage is 1/4. The people is
Yeah. Indeed, but you know what is the point in here also? When people belong to the Lutheran Church, I think there is a huge also. It's like a tradition. You go to the christening of when you give a name to the kid when somebody gets married and somebody is dead. That's it.
Yeah, but
you have a
this is covered in Spain. But this is covered in Spain for the majority of the people. But then you have like the real believers, the ones that follow the traditions. They're really like the ones that go to the church and go with the rules, no? This in Spain is basically the like I don't know what could it be like. I don't know. If approximately 44.1% is the population that is identified as atheist, agnostic, or non-religions, and then we have the others that are because there are other religions there. So I don't know how much percentage, but I would not say like even I don't know 12% of the population that really go to the church or something like this, you know. And of course, then we have like this other thing that you have like different announced that in Finland you can go to a website and to apostasy, I think it's called. You can reject to be in the church, but I think I don't know if I am mistaken, but as a Catholic, you have to send a letter to the Pope or I don't know to Rome or something to say like you want to. So it's like a little bit more complicated.
Yeah,
so I think that people
is
is on it because they have been baptized and all this, but not because
it's tradition. It's tradition, and also
I have to say, sorry, the last thing that I want to say is that I have to say that all the monuments and all the historical, you know, buildings that like cathedrals and stuff like that, that are amazing in Spain, I have to say, like they are beautiful, they are well taken care. Our patrimony is fantastic, and I don't want that it never get lost, even like, you know, because it's something like precious, you know, that you can read the history through these places. And it's a pity that when I come, for example, to Finland, that I don't have things like that I cannot go because it's gone. No one has to take care of this.
No. You have, for example, the Helsingin Pitää Kirkko, which is really old, from Middle Ages or something like this.
Yeah, but I mean, like there are many other. There should be more things, no? And it happens the same with the Vikings stuff, you know, that is not much left over.
Well, like systematically, like it said there, which is like that has been given permission by the Pope to destroy the holy places of the ancient religions, the groves and the sacrificial places and all that.
But maybe to rebuild them or something, or I don't know, like that would be really nice.
Some kind of attempts that somebody, but by the way, with the church business, it says like 2017, they had made a questionnaire about values of Finnish people. They said 6% of Finnish people chose religious conviction to one of the most important values of their life. So 6% of Finnish people in 2017, like 8 years ago. And then you have this, like 1,900 people who belong to the Lutheran Church was 98.1%. Okay? Then it's super high till the 2000 and everything. And then it drops in basically 2011, 77.3. Then it drops percent by year or something like this, and then it ends up being 63.6 in 2023. So, and also give me 1 second. I will just do one thing fast.
Okay. I am just checking how big in percentage is the Muslim population in Spain, actually.
Okay, I'll be there. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know, and maybe, and this is also something interesting in here. It's like I said, it seemed like the Finns have been forced to this, and now when they have the choice, 1/3 has been left already, and it seems to be this seems to be the stuff. So in a way, I guess it's a crisis for the church also, and like this. And I am sure that most of the people who are in the church are not really, they are just there because they are there.
The Muslim population in Spain is 5.32% of the total population. That includes Spanish citizens. It includes both Spanish citizens of Muslim heritage and immigrants from Muslim majority countries. And you say that in Finland is 2%, no?
2%, yes. How much was this?
And this is what I wanted, that like, and that was my point also. Like this fight with the Muslim religion and stuff like that. When in Spain, when they were there, like I repeat, like years ago, they were like quite tolerant with other religions, actually, So it was like the Catholics that they came later and they were like, okay, bye, all the ones that they didn't follow with they didn't comply with the Catholic religion, they were being kicked out of Spain.
Yeah.
Or they have to convert. And even if they were converting, still they were persecuted.
Yeah, because maybe it's not considered real or something. And but I guess I guess we have covered, and there is billion things that one could say about this. And like, well, funny enough, the Finnish situation is chaotic, but I found out things today. I learned what I learned today. I didn't know that they made crusades to Finland. That's crazy. That's totally nuts. Dear Swedes, which some people say that we love to hate the Swedes, that we actually hate the Russians. I don't hate anyone now. I just, why can't we just get along?
Get along.
Get along. So basically, but I learned this, the summary, key points in that sense, and stuff is like, crusades to Finland. I knew that there was something, because that story that's, even if I am not like, I didn't know other things, but I knew that there's a legend that this peasant killed the bishop on the frozen lake. This has somehow significance if I know it, when I didn't know most of the stuff. But this is one thing that I think many people know. So that's like some kind of defiance thing and some kind of, like fighting the system, putting it to the man kind of thing somehow. And then that the Finns, they convert, and then when you leave, they're gonna go do what they wanted to do, and they're gonna start persecute your preachers.
Yeah, one curious thing is like the Protestants and evangelicals in Spain has been rising. Partly due because of the Latin American immigration, that we have there, immigration, and then we have Jewish community as well. It's a small community, but it's active in Madrid and Barcelona. Also, like the Muslims are like the most like in Barcelona and Madrid. Also.
But how much population would be in Islam or Muslim in Spain?
Like I said, like 1.9, around 1.9 millions of Muslims. So meaning like 5.6% of the population.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
So
and then we have them Buddhists and Hindus and other Eastern religions that also have gained like a little bit of population. Seeking a alternative spiritual paths or something. But actually, like people is diversifying in different different things, no?
I don't know where this is leading. I think there is, like you said, fundamental need for some kind of something.
Hope. I would say hope. No, and also, like I think, like it's much easier, no, to think that there is like that there is something else than yourself in many ways, to not get stressed, for example, or to use it in your advantage. I don't know why not. It's a matter of like to stay to the truth. Who knows who is the truth?
Yeah, of course, like that is the stuff.
Now with the artificial intelligence and all this, that will lead to our next chapter. Actually, that is our next session.
Yes.
That I'm going to put here if I can already share. That is ticketing. Wait a second. I will not say the name still. Wait a second. It's here. Un momento, por favor. Where is it? Let me check one moment. ¿Dónde está? Aquí. Here, wait. It's not here. Here. So let's see if I can share this with you. Did I put it in the place? No, I didn't. That's why it's not there. Now, yes. Is it? Yes. So our next session is, wait a second. Share screen. And I have to search for it. Yes, here it is. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yes.
Our next. Yes. Next is Tech and Human Nature. Next session.
Tech and Human Nature.
So that will take. Yeah. So that will take place on actually 25th of
25th,
February.
25th of this month.
Yes.
So it's next Tuesday. So
Exactly.
maybe there will be, who knows, maybe we put something on TikTok, basically,
Yes.
or something. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want to have something intelligent still to say, or does the flu get better of you as well?
Not only that, it was really, really nice to know about your countries and my country, and then to put everything together. So
Yeah.
more or less, the people have also like an idea about like, yeah, like how human nature, just like how human nature is, and the place of powers, also there, and that the religions that we have had like many different religions playing in Europe, and that
Yeah.
that at some point it was like only one, and then the people has diversified. So meaning that now the ones that are thinking that there is only one and it has to be like this, maybe they can think about that we already have gone through that, and that
Yeah, the
maybe
problem is
they can learn that this is something that
there is behind you things happening.
eh?
Behind you things
That
happening.
happened. Exactly.
Behind you is things happening.
Behind me is things happening.
Yes, so some small individuals are running around there. So, but yeah, so and the problem is what I see is like we seem to be repeating cycles. So I don't
Exactly.
know, and there seems to be some like initiative to certain places of power who want this also. Like I don't know, like I said, most of people that I have met, regardless of what they believe or where they are
Yeah. Well, the
from,
stuff
seems
is
to
like
be just to want to be left alone. Basically, they want to live. They have to have food, home, some security, job, kids, family, and be in peace. And not to go
exactly.
against anyone or anything, but it's just, they just want to live their lives. And this is something which is, I don't know. This is something so in a sense, I don't think anywhere anyone who is inherently considered to should be like demonized or anything. I don't think that's the case. It's just people are people, and all people do more or less the same stuff in a different manner and all that. But yeah, maybe it's time to say that, hey, remember, if you like what you see, subscribe, like, hit the bell, right? Comment. Maybe we are making huge mistakes here and we don't know. We want to learn. This is what about. Come join the conversation and basically donate to the channel. The mermaid said several times that you can donate. So you can do, if you want to support whatever way you want, but that's one. buymeacoffee.com is the place. So once upon a time, Nuna Española and Nederlander and Suomipoika want to thank you for joining us today, basically. And hit the notification bell, stay tuned, so you know when we're coming. When we're coming back online, and you don't miss any exciting conversation in that sense. And our whole thing is about cultural explorations. So, hey, thank you for your time. The time is precious. It's amazing if you spend it with us now or later. Check out us also on TikTok. Keep tracks. Follow us there. We cannot follow anyone yet. We try to work on it. But hey, other than that, see you next time. Hey, bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye-bye. I mean, the Swedes made crusades on Finland.